Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great Class A motorhome value from Parkway RV Center, and I just traded for this 2003 Fleetwood Bounder. The model number is a 36S. This was a local North Georgia trade-in. Came out of the little town of Chatsworth, which is about 45 minutes south of us. This is a 36-foot Bounder. It's the 36S. Got one big super slide out. Got 47,618 miles. As many of you know, Fleetwood Bounder, of course, best-selling motorhome of all time by far. And one of the oldest continuous running series of motorhomes. In 2003, this unit cost $108,000, which back then was a lot of money for a gas burner RV. Now, and this is one reason why there's such a shortage of used RVs on the market today, and why so many people are buying used RVs over new, because how much these things have gone up in price on new ones. Now, a 2017 Bounder, a smaller Bounder, a 33-footer, starts at $172,000 for a gas burner. And not even a Workhorse, that's a Ford. So folks, that's one reason, one of the many reasons why there is a huge nationwide shortage of used RVs right now, because nobody wants to lose that kind of money on a new one, folks. But, you know, fortunately for you, this isn't $108,000 or $172,000. This unit checked out, ready to go, with 47,618 miles, is only $29,900. Very nice motor home. Got the Aluma guard patio awning. We're going to go through a very extensive major systems check. Make sure about 90% of the systems on this thing work. The only things we don't cover is stuff you really don't use anyway. Like I said, it came out of Murray County, Georgia. Southern motor home. Not something from like up north or anything like that. Got a 5500 Onan RV generator running right now, powering everything up inside. Built on the heavy-duty Workhorse Chassis. Got the big 8100 Vortec V-8, which is the biggest gas motor you could buy in 2003. Got a 5,000-pound towing hitch on the back. You can probably tow more if you change your hitch out, but you're limited by the rating of the Class 3 hitch. And be honest with you, folks, 5,000 pounds will cover pretty much any kind of car or SUV you want to tow behind this, even a minivan. So that's 90%, 99% of the people buying an RV, that's all the hitch you ever need anyway. Got a backup camera, works great. Got hydraulic leveling jacks, works great. And really the outside for the year model is in nice condition. Now it's dirty. I'm not going to lie to you. I've got... Normally I have these things washed, folks, but the flu is kind of hit here, and the ones that were affected were my wash crew. So I'm on a very, very limited, in fact, I only got one guy right now that's not sick washing RVs. So he's falling way behind until my other guys get to feeling better. So definitely not something we want coming back here till they're over. Got a little bit of clear coat peeling right here, and I'd rather show you this than you come and say, hey, I didn't see that on the video. You know, I always pick these things for you because I know so many of you are going to buy these things sight unseen. And a bath will do wonders for this thing, but it does have a little bit of clear coat on the side right there. Be honest with you, show me a 2003 that doesn't have that. And you can see the metal and all that stuff. It's not rusted, anything like that. Windshield looks good. Tires look good. Power steps. Fleetwood's exclusive power platform, which actually gives you a full pass-through storage without having a super high roof, which you're going to like that. Got the Allison Transmission. Let's look inside. They have done some custom work in here, folks, which I'm going to leave it. You know, if you want me to change it, let me know. We'll work out a deal. They have put a hardwood floor in here, and they put they had a very southwestern style to them. So they put Some pretty unique carpet in here in the slide out and in the step well. But anyway, looking this thing over, folks, got 47,618 miles, power gear, leveling jacks, got an HDTV, all the electronics are included, got a Sirius stereo. Of course, you got to have subscription. Open this up. Here's all your DVD players and stuff. Even got CB radio. Got a nice carpeted headliner, which is going to help insulate your coach and reduce road noise. And folks, you know, I see a lot of these that people have put hardwoods and linoleum in. This one actually did a great job. I mean, a lot of people do it. Looks like a kindergartner did it, but this one right here was professionally done. So I don't see any reason to change that. And plus, this is a whole lot easier to keep clean too. A broom, a Swiffer wet jet, you're good to go. I'll show you some of the upgrades real quick. Not many RVs in this price range are going to have this. It does have the washer and dryer combo. Also has the upgrade 12 cubic foot 4-door refrigerator freezer. You don't see many RVs with that. Here in the back, we're just going to do a quick walkthrough, then we'll go back and kind of take our time. Queen Island east-west bed, closet in the back, HDTV, DVD player in the back, solid hardwood cabinetry. Fleetwood's exclusive power shed system where you can operate both air conditioners off 30 amp service. It alternates the compressor and fan between the two AC units, so you never get hot air blowing out your vents, and you don't have to pay extra for 50 amp service at the campground. And of course, on generator, you're on 50 amp anyway automatically, since it is a 5,500 watt 50 amp generator. Got a glassed-in shower, tub. Looks like they had something hanging up right there, but we'll get all that up when my cleaning crew gets in here. Split bathroom. Upgrade porcelain RV toilet. And you can see no water stains in the headliner, no sagging. Well cared for motorhome, folks. A lot of the lights, not all of them, but a lot of them have been changed with LEDs. Definitely a nice touch. Your main living area, folks. This RV sleeps up to 6 people. There's room for an air mattress if you need to sleep a couple of others. Got a big, huge, comfortable leather recliner. To upgrade, this is actually an option. Flex steel, ultra leather captain's chairs that both swivel for party seating. They've changed the carpet up here as well. And it does have a little table right there you can pop out if you want to. Corian countertops, which is a man-made marble. Solid surface, some people call them. They've added a really nice sprayer. They've added this backsplash that looks good. I mean, it was done tastefully. Obviously, nobody's cooked in here, or not much cooking. Got a block in the back for some knives if you want to put it in there. Got a nice oven, LP oven, doesn't have any big microwave. Got the big 4-door refrigerator freezer. Look around, folks. This is a nice motorhome. All the electronics are upgraded. Got the washer and dryer, got the big fridge. Only 47,000 miles. Stuff you don't normally get in a motorhome under $30,000. Not to mention, it's a very well-built brand. The Fleetwood Bounder, like I said, more of these have been sold than any other Class A on the market. And that's pretty impressive, because you would expect that if it was the cheapest one on the market. But this is actually in the upper end range of the gas burner motorhomes in 2003, the Fleetwood Bounder. It was still the best-selling motorhome of all time, even though it costs a little more than your average one. But you got what you paid for. Day-night shades in all the windows. There is one I'm going to point out I've got to repair. That's part of our standard checkout. We make sure all those function. Folks, this unit's $29,900. That's checked out, ready to go. We go through a very, very extensive major systems check. And it covers, like I said, roughly 90% of the systems on here. And if you want a copy of what we check out for the price that you pay, contact your sales department, and they'll tell you what the current lead time is for a Class A checkout too. You can see that headliner, no sagging, no stains. This will make somebody a nice, clean, and affordable motorhome at only $29.9. I mean, this is relatively inexpensive for a nice RV like this. $29.9, you get the walkthrough, inspection. After inspection, of course, anything on this RV on our inspection sheet that does not function, we will pay to repair before you pick it up or we deliver it. So if it needs a jack, for an instance, or a refrigerator, you know, we're going to pay and whatever it costs us to make sure it passes that inspection, and that way you don't have to worry about anything. We call it the stress-free, worry-free option, you know, option A. That's $29.9. That's haggle-free, which means firm. Doesn't matter if you're paying cash, trade, finance, or a combination of the three. That's what it takes to buy it. You offer me any less, I'm going to turn you down. The only way we discount our prices, folks, is if you take option B. And option B saves us time and money, so it saves you time and money. You buy the unit just like we traded for it, just like you see it in the video, as is. No inspection, no guarantees of any kind, no walkthrough, no demonstration. The only thing we're going to show you how to do is bring the room in and out, and that's it. And, you know, since I don't have to pay a tech to do a walkthrough inspection, don't have to pay a tech to do a demonstration, you know, we'll save you what that stuff cost us by discounting the price. The added advantage of that is you get to take it home the same day you pay for it, where with the option A, you pay for it, give us a few days, and we'll have the thing ready to go for you. We'll call you and set an appointment for you to come get your walkthrough. And I've got a great crew right now, folks. I mean, they're really pumping these things out and doing a great job. I mean, I've got an experienced crew, some very, very experienced certified RV techs. They're not cheap, and they know that, but we definitely get what we paid for. And, you know, by not checking these things out before we sell them, it keeps our overhead down, because we have over 150 used RVs right now. So by checking these things out after purchase, it allows us to keep our overhead down, because if I have to check out 150 used RVs before putting them up for sale, it's going to take us weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to check that many RVs out. And I'm going to have to hire a whole lot more RV techs than what I have now, which is going to make my overhead goes up, and it's basic economics, folks. The higher the overhead, the higher the prices, because the higher you have to make just to break even. That's why when you go to these big franchise dealers, these big corporate dealers, Rip-Off World, and these other places like that, folks, their prices are so much higher than ours. Why? Well, they spend millions of dollars a year sponsoring NASCAR and have a college bowl named after them, and they have hundreds of different locations, each employing hundreds of people, folks. They spend millions of dollars a year on advertising. You know, they don't pay for that stuff. The people that buy the RVs from them pay for that stuff by paying thousands more for the same RV. You can buy here for thousands less simply because I don't have the overhead they do. I don't use commission salespeople. That saves you a bunch of money too, folks. You know, we decided a long time ago, you know, we've been doing this for 50 years, first of all. We're definitely one of the oldest, one of the largest and most successful independently owned used RV dealerships in the country today, family owned and operated, 3 generations since 1968. We decided a few years ago to change up the industry a little bit. You know, I started doing my video tours, which at the time was a first on used RVs especially. And then we decided to cut out the haggling. We just went ahead and priced ours at a very minimum markup, and now thanks to third-party software, I know for a fact that we are thousands underneath the average asking price for a 2003 Fleetwood Bounder 36S within 20,000 miles plus or minus of 47,000 miles. So I know I've got the lowest price, and we're one of the lowest prices out there. So we decided, you know what? Let's go back to what my grandfather used to say back in the 60s when he started this place. Let's make your dollar with 10 dimes instead of 4 quarters. Let's put the absolute lowest price out there. Let's make it haggle-free. Let's not add any fees, any surprises or any of that. Just keep things simple, stress-free for the customer, simple, stress-free for us. And that's where we came up with haggle-free pricing. And folks, our sales have skyrocketed. Thanks to the internet, people can go online, they can see this same RV for $40,000 somewhere else, and see it here for under 30 grand with no extra fees. You know, these other dealers like Rip Off World, they charge you thousands of dollars in fees on top of the higher sales price in the form of dock fees, prep fees, corporate fees, acquisition fees, tag and title fees, checkout fees. I mean, they even charge you for a demonstration. I mean, it's crazy what they charge on top of their higher asking prices because they have all that extra overhead. What they don't tell you is that all those fees are 100% dealer profit. They're 100% unnecessary to purchase a used or new RV. So don't fall victim. It's a scam. It's just basically asking you to pay $4 or $5 grand more in profit by disguising that profit in the form of extra fees. So it makes you feel like you're getting a good deal because they're advertising a certain price. But before you walk out of there, that price is going to go up substantially, several $1,000s by the fees. And they've got a pretty good song and dance story why they have to charge them and all this stuff, but it's baloney, folks. Don't fall victim to it. I see so many people overpay at these big corporate dealerships for RVs that it's ridiculous. And then when they come here to trade them to us, they owe thousands more than their RV's worth. And we have to look like the bad guy by explaining to them that we can't trade with them because they got ripped off so bad the first time they bought it. And if they'd come here first, we could have saved them thousands and thousands of dollars. But you know what, folks? Nothing we can do about that. That's just, you know, as long as people are willing to buy from places like that, they're going to stay in business. You know, everybody thinks because they're the biggest or the best, it's the exact opposite. That means just when you're the biggest, that means you're the most expensive because you've got the most overhead. And I can sell motorhomes like this, folks, $8,000, $10,000 less than what you're going to find them for online, especially by the time you pay all those extra fees that we don't charge. $29.9 is a haggle-free firm price. We don't spend hours and days going back and forth. I mean, if you want to haggle, we'll mark the price up like everybody else's is to $39.9. We'll spend hours, sometimes days, getting back down to where we're at right now, which is $29.9. But why go through all that junk, folks? Here it is. This is the price. This is what it takes to buy it. And, you know, if you want it for less, you can take option B, save a little bit more money. Either way you go, you're going to get a nice, clean motor home. I mean, this was just being used before trading in. And it's $29.9. Haggle-free firm. Financing is available with approved credit. Minimum 10% down payment. NADA. This thing's under NADA, which NADA isn't a true market value. A true market value is what you can buy the same make and model for at other RV dealerships for sale by owners. That's how you tell what something's worth. NADA is a great source if you're going to finance an RV because you can see what a bank or loan company will loan on it. But that's all they're good for, folks. Even though this thing's under NADA, that doesn't mean that's market value. You know, you can, I've seen some RVs with a $10,000 NADA. You can't touch one for under 30 grand, and they're gone as quick as they hit the internet at that 30 grand price. I've seen a bunch of them like that. You know, supply and demand dictates market value, not a book value. And certainly, I've got nothing against the folks at NADA, but folks, they don't buy and sell used RVs. They don't own a lot. I mean, you call NADA and say, hey, you want to find this particular RV for what the book says it's worth, they're going to tell you, sorry, they can't help you. So definitely keep that in mind. NADA is not market value. You know, we have third-party software that pretty much searches the 10 most popular for sale websites on the internet for 03 Bounder 36S. Tells us what the average price is, lowest, highest, and all that stuff. We're thousands underneath the average median price of all 36S's with plus or minus 20,000 miles of this one. And you can do the same thing without spending thousands on that software. All you have to do is just use Google. And it takes you a little time because you have to search different websites. But if you do your homework, you'll see this is a very nice RV for a very low price. And, you know, keep things simple, stress-free. Give us a call, 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. Visit our website, parkwayrvcenter.com. We got over 150 used RVs in stock. More arriving daily. I know we slowed down during the wintertime a little bit, but our season's blown wide open now. We sold 3 or 4 yesterday. We sold 2 today. These things are flying off the lot, folks. People are taking advantage of the last of the wintertime prices, because when my current selection of used RVs are gone, that means I have to go out and buy more, because prices go up for dealers and buyers as well. So if I have to pay more, of course, I have to charge a little more when I have to pay more. So take advantage of wintertime prices while they're still here. ParkwayRVCenter.com. You can email us at sales@ParkwayRVCenter.com. Nationwide deliveries available. We just pay whatever it costs us to bring it to you, get my driver back home. We make no profit on delivery. And we sell over 500, almost 600 RVs a year, folks, used. And believe it or not, about 200, maybe a little more, are sold sight unseen. In other words, we never meet the people we sell the RV for. I know this is the age of convenience, but people buy these things, some cases spend $80,000, $90,000, and pay for the unit. We get it checked out, and then pay to have it delivered to their driveway. Never meeting the people, never seeing them, never shaking their hand. Only person they meet's our driver, and they don't know what they bought till it pulls up their driveway. And now, folks, and I'm not saying you should do it that way. We can help you if you want to buy it that way, but if you can, I strongly recommend you come here and look in person. Look at the RV, because these are used. They're not new. I'm never saying I sell new used RVs, because there's no such thing as a like new used RV. There's no such thing. Even if it's a 2016 model, it's used, not like new. Anyway, come here and look in person. Meet us. See our operation. See who you're buying from, if you can. I know some of you can. I understand that. But if you can, come visit us. Spend some time with us. We'll show you around. Look at our inventory. We've got some nice stuff at very affordable, very low prices. And you can't beat it. That's why if it wasn't, the reason why we've been in business 50 years is our prices. I mean, what other dealers charge 40 grand for, we charge 30. That's what sells these things, folks. You don't have to spend days haggling, going back and forth. Price is the price. I mean, there is such a nationwide shortage of used RVs right now with low miles and good shape. Thanks to 2 things. First of all, thanks to the rising cost of new ones, and then thanks to the economy. I mean, unemployment's at its lowest in 40 years. Dow Jones is 26,000 points plus. People have the money now to buy RVs that 5-10 years ago didn't have the money to buy used RVs, and they're buying them. So there's only so many used RVs on the market. That's why there's a shortage. When more people are buying, that means there's less to sell. Give us a call, 706-965-7929. Look forward to seeing everybody here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia. My guys are non-commissioned. There's no sales pressure, no games, gimmicks, trouble, drama. I point out the good and the bad on everything. If you need anything else, additional pictures or clarifications of anything, just pick up a phone and give us a call, folks. We're an easy phone call away. Come visit us. Prepare to spend a few hours here, because especially if you're looking for a Class A, folks, I've got 150 used RVs out here, and probably 75%, maybe 75% of my inventory are Class A's, gas and diesel. So we kind of specialize in them. We've got some great deals, some very nice motor homes. We just don't put anything on our lot. I mean, after 50 years, we have high standards. We stick to those standards. If we'll trade for something that needs work, but we won't buy something that needs work. And if it's a trade-in that needs work, we send it down to our lower lot at our back row bargain specials, and we just price them for what we have in them and let somebody take them and do the work on them. But anyway, folks, give us a call if you have any questions. Email us at sales@parkwayRVCenter.com. I've got something for just about anybody's budget. I've got motor homes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, Class A's, B's, C's, gas, diesel, Super C's, toy haulers. You name it, I've got. I've got 150 used RVs and more arriving every day. Chances are, if I don't have it, you don't need it. So call us, email us. Look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia. Thanks again for watching.